into 2019, so here's a question. How are your health resolutions going? Well, today, January 5th, is National Keto Day, and recent research suggests the high-fat, low-carb ketogenic diet offers a number of benefits. Two of the most significant perks seen with the keto diet are weight loss and healthy blood sugar support. However, the trendy plan was only ranked down at 38 on the best diet of 2019. So I've been looking at all the research. I have my notes here, but here to explain why and reveal the top 5 best diets according to U.S. News and World Report, food scientist Christine Hronec. How are you?
I'm great. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too. Let's get right to it.
Sure.
So a lot of people do Weight Watchers. I know when Oprah did it, when Oprah does anything, everyone follows. That made the list. It tied number 4.
Yes, it did. Weight Watchers is great because it has a social element. I feel like when people are plugged into a community, they tend to be a little bit more accountable. Weight Watchers promotes flexibility with their diet. Nothing's off limits, so they're all about having you build things in. However, it can be a bit tedious to relearn a whole point system. And that can be a little bit tedious for some people.
Okay, that makes sense because you have to be out when you're at restaurants and looking at your phone and trying to figure things out. Also tied with number 4 is the Mind Diet. Explain that one to me.
So the Mind Diet is intended to help brain health. It's good for people with dementia. It helps Alzheimer's. It has lots of healthy fats. It's not really designed to help weight loss. It's designed to help improve mental health, if that makes sense.
Okay, so getting your mind in the right place to eat properly, is that kind of what it is?
No, it's more to help like more cognitive brain mental health for those who have like maybe seizures, dementia, Alzheimer's, poor memory.
So it's truly like feeding your brain.
Yes, literally, yes.
Feeding the brain. Okay, got it. Number 3 is the Flexitarian. I like to say that that's what I am.
Yes.
Because I don't really eat meat on occasion, holidays, mostly vegetables and seafood sometimes.
Yes. So Flexitarians, for those people who like the environmental and ethical impact of being more plant-based, but they want to be able to include some meats and protein on occasion. The only downfall with this is that sometimes it can be unhealthy in the sense that, potato chips are technically vegan, guacamole. So you just got to be careful. But this is a great example of something that, it gives people peace of mind that they're healthy for the environment, but they'll allow them to occasionally eat, like some fish, some meat, like once in a while.
What's in this one,
So
Christine?
this has some pumpkin seeds, some quinoa. There is some black beans under there, some kale, and some sweet potatoes.
Gotcha. I see green on all your plates, which is very important,
very
right?
good for fiber.
The DASH diet, what is that one about?
So DASH is actually an acronym for Dietary Assistance to Stop Hypertension. So DASH is really good for those who are trying to lower their blood sugar by having lower sodium.
Okay.
So the thing about DASH is it's not necessarily targeted towards weight loss. It's more targeted to support reduced blood pressure. And that's what that is. Lots of real whole foods, very healthy. Well, the one thing about DASH, though, that's a little inconvenient for some is you got to cook. You have to prepare your food because when you're not out and about, you don't know what sauces and sodium they're putting. So the only downfall of that is it's not as convenient because you're going to be in the kitchen a lot more preparing the food yourself.
And I also read your notes on that one. That one doesn't include the community support as well, right? Makes it tougher.
Yeah, you'll be kind of on your own on that one.
I know. And that's a little tough, right?
Yes.
I continue to hear about the Mediterranean diet.
Yes.
What makes this one the top of the list? Why is it so great?
I think it's because it's just a healthy way of life, healthy way of eating. You can enjoy a glass of wine every day. It's healthy, real whole foods, salmon, olives, kale, olive oil with everything. I think it's because it's the most practical lifestyle approach.
Gotcha.
Now, you're not necessarily going to lose weight on a Mediterranean diet. You can be, but they don't provide the structure and guidance for the portions. But it does have you eating healthy, real whole foods, nutrient-dense foods, things that are good for your heart as well as for your brain.
You also mentioned, which I think is important, the lack of physical activity parameters with that one.
Yeah, they don't really provide guidance on how much activity you should be doing, how does that fit into your food, how much food. It's the easiest to stick to, if that makes sense, because there's not a whole lot of parameters. It's more guidance on what types of foods to eat.
Gotcha.
And I think people don't mind having wine every day.
I know. So that's a good one to convince people. You can be on a diet, but still drink wine every day.
Exactly.
And I think that convinces a lot of people that they want to do
Exactly.
that one. Christine, that's helpful. Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
Where can people find you really quickly?
They can find me on gaugegirltraining.com. They can also check me out on Instagram at gaugegirltraining or YouTube